Today in Your Questions Answered, I have a question from Alfred Borg 489. Could you check to see if the Lie-Nielsen frog fits on the Luban? It'll be a good indicator for us if we ever wanted to fit a Lie-Nielsen frog on the Luban. So let's go ahead and take these apart. Obviously need to take the frog out on the Luban, so that's the first thing we need to do. Just loosening these screws in the back that the bedrocks have. Now, let's do the same over here on the Lie-Nielsen. So we'll have to use the pins from the Luban for this. Now the only thing that might be a bit of an issue is that this smaller piece for the pushing the frog forwards and backwards, but I think it'll still fit, so let's give that a go. So let's see. So that loops in there fine. We do need to just push it forward ever so slightly. Sits back a little bit further. And this screw actually gets hit. So we can see here that the depth adjustment screw, if that's something that bothers you, is you can't get a screwdriver under it easily because it actually hits the depth adjustment wheel. But otherwise, now that that's in there, it's sitting very well. Now before I attach it in here, I'll just use the head of this. I'm looking to see if that blade is situated at 45, because this is sat at 45, and we can see that with that frog replacement it's still sitting at 45, which means the bedding on both of these planes is pretty much identical angles. That's nice and firm, so let's take the pins, because obviously we've got to use the pins from the Luban for this. Drop that down in there. Drop that down in there. And we can see we've got them in here nicely. So now I'm going to do these screws up, and hopefully I can feel it grab the pin. Alright, let's put the blade in. I don't know how well this is going to work, and that's problem one. Because of the way the yoke is on this one, we have to use a Lie-Nielsen blade, as you just saw there. The Luban blade does not fit. The depth or the top of the yoke doesn't actually grab the back of the lever cap, and that's because, well, they're slightly different designs here. Now we've got that in here, can we use the Luban? As far down as that goes. And we can't use the Luban lever cap. We have to use the Lie-Nielsen one because they're all machined to work together. Let's just square it up. So let me put a piece of pine down there and we'll see how well this works. Just give the sole a little lubricant, and now let's see how this does. So there's the test that was asked for. Does the Lie-Nielsen frog fit in the Luban? It does. We use the Luban's own pins and screws, as you would expect. That's fine. And the frog sits in there nice and flat. It seems like the angles in both these planes are identical, so it sits there and holds fine. There doesn't seem to be any vibration. We got some really good shavings from it, as you could see there, so I don't think there was too many issues with that. However, the issue does arise that you saw there is that with the Luban blade, we can't use the yoke adjuster because it doesn't just reach here, because the Luban blade and chip rake are a little bit thicker than the Lie-Nielsen one. So because the yoke on the back of the Lie-Nielsen's frog only just grabs the back of the slot, we can't use that with the Luban blade, so that doesn't work, so you would have to have the replacement Lie-Nielsen blade. And what else do we have is that the screw that comes with the Lie-Nielsen frog for their lever cap actually doesn't come in tight enough, because this angles out and sits out a little bit higher than with the Luban one, because the Luban stuff is designed to operate with that slightly thicker blade and chip breaker. So if it is something you wanted to do, you would have to be prepared to buy the entire assembly, including blade, chip breaker, frog, and the lever cap. So if you like this video, please do like and subscribe down below. While you're down there, do sound off in the comments if this was something you were considering or thinking about, because as I understand, it's a little bit difficult to get replacement frogs of different angles for the Luban plane. I haven't actually seen any. They might be out there, but I just haven't seen them. So do let me know if that was something you were thinking about doing. Was this video helpful? Is there any other things you want me to check between these two planes that we might be able to interchange? Do let me know down below. And while you're down there, do give that thumbs up and hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the little sub notification bell and choose all so you don't miss out on any new episodes. And if you'd like to see another great video such as one you've seen here today, do check out the video down here where I compare the Lie-Nielsen and Luban hand planes, looking at all the different parts. Bye for now.